Welcome students. Today we will learn about Gupta arts, which consist of architecture part and sculpture part. So we start our lesson. It is the gist collected from Krishna Reddy Indian history book. Okay, let's start now. Okay, as you see in the content, that Gupta arts, this is architecture. So first came the rock cut caves. So this type of caves has been made by cutting the rocks. So the examples are Ajanta and Ellora, which is situated in Maharashtra. Ajanta and Ellora cave, very famous place for tourists also, and this type of places has also immense historical importance. Bagh, Madhya Pradesh, Udaygiri caves, Odisha. So, striking novelty by bringing about extensive changes in the ornamentation of facade. Facade means the principal face of building, means from where we can enter into a building, the principal gate, and in the design of the interior pillars. So this type of architecture has been found in Udaygiri caves in Odisha. So it is first type of architecture that is found in Gupta times, in Gupta time, rock cut caves. Then we move to the second type of architecture, that is stupas. This type of stupas is found in Sarnath, Uttar Pradesh, Ratnagiri, Odisha, and Mirpur, Sindh, the territory of Sindh. Now, Shikhara. It has been highlighted, and as per the gist, Shikhara is a type of architecture that caps the sanctum sanctorum, means the holiest place in a temple. So Shikhara is a type that caps the base or the holiest place of a temple or any other religious places. It is the main feature of Nagara style. So this style of architecture has been evolved in Gupta period. Nagara style means which style consists this Shikhara type of architecture. Shikhara is a type of architecture that caps means caps the sanctorum, means the holiest place, and also temples of Gupta period, showing the characteristics of Dravida style. Okay. So now we are now moving into the famous examples of temples that has been built in Gupta age. First one is Bhitargaon brick temple, that is situated in Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. It was built in 6th century, that means in Gupta period. It is consists of a roof with elevated shikhara. Shikhara means this type of elevation, which ultimately tapering to a end and bound the sanctum sanctorium, the holiest place of a temple. Okay, this type is known as shikhara. And then uh, the fourth point is under Bhitargao brick temple, as the name suggests that it is made up of brick. The shrine measures also 47 feet. 47 feet. The temple measures in height in 47 feet. Okay. The sanctum, the holiest place, bears a resemblance of three ratha. It is also important. This type of question many times found in the examination. Which temples resembles a three ratha appearance? And the answer will be Bhitaragar brick temple. And comprised of extraordinary architectural beauty. Extraordinary, delicate architectural beauty or conspicuous architectural beauty. Very profound, very delicate architectural embellishments has been found in Bhitargao brick temple. What comes next? Delicately sculptured work. Sculptured work. This type of sculpture is made after cutting the rocks or after cutting the bricks, cutting the stones. Okay. So the sculptors that time, sculptors was also very efficient or proficient in this type of profession, and this type of architecture had gone up to its extreme with its par excellence. And next is walls illustrate. The next point, walls illustrate. Which the sculpture walls illustrate, which the culture walls depicts. It is also very, very important for the competitive exam purpose, for the civil service purpose, and West Bengal Civil Service also, WBCS. Interesting stories has been explained by this type of sculptures. Many type of myths or mythological stories, जिसको हम पौराणिक उपकथार स्टोरीज बोलते हैं. Images of various divinities mean various divinities, जिसको हम देवता बोलते हैं ना, उसको ही. वो जो हॉली फेसेस जो है हमारा पैंथियन में, हिंदू कास्टम में जो डिवाइनिटीज पैंथियन, ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश्वर, और गुप्ता एज में जो रहते थे, जो particularly of Vaishnavs, जो विष्णु, this type of images from the two epics from Ramayana and Mahabharata, this type of divinities, images of various divinities has also been found in the sculptures, in the sculptured walls, and that made by the proficient and efficient sculptors of this time. Figures of birds, also there was a touch of nature, like figures of birds, animals and beasts. This type of questions also asked in the examination to confuse the aspirants, and so a very deep and profound knowledge is required to answer this type of questions. And so here the gist of Krishna Reddy is provided to equip the aspirants with the detailed and subtle knowledge, so can the aspirants can answer this type of question. Terracotta sculptures, very much famous terracotta sculptures of Gupta age. And so Lord Ganesh, amongst the divinities, Lord Ganesh, Mahishasur Mardini, depicted the goddess Durga herself, and the river goddess like Ganga, Jamuna also been depicted in these wall sculptures. It is the subject of sculpture. Mythological stories like abduction of सीता जी को जो अपहरण किया था रावण ने, उसका जो स्टोरीज है, वो भी यहाँ पे sculpted है, that's come from the mythology, and that also comes from the two epics Ramayan and also from Mahabharata. And penance means punishment of Narayan. नारायण जो नर जो पीपल को जो पानिश करता है उसका भी कुछ डिपिक्शन है वहाँ पे स्कल्पचर में, also skillfully depicted. 18th century में caused certain injuries to his upper chamber. During 18th century, during the British time, which certain injuries had been happened to its upper chambers. And oldest remaining terracotta Hindu shrine, it is must to remember, oldest remaining terracotta Hindu shrine. ये जो है जो भीतरगांव ब्रिक टेम्पल है, ये हिंदू श्राइन का टेराकोटा हिंदू श्राइन का एक ओल्डेस्ट रिमेनिंग है, सबसे पुराना रिमेनिंग है, ये भी याद रखना है. ओके, एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो बिल्ट इन गुप्ता एज. Now we are moving into our second example of famous temple, Deoghar Dashavatar temple. Deoghar Dashavatar temple. It is situated far from 123 km from Jhansi, and in the bank of river Betwa, and in Uttar Pradesh. This temple is dedicated to mainly Vishnu ji को dedicated किया है, and numerous joint temples also situated there. And this particular Vishnu temple was founded in Gupta age. ये जो Vishnu temple था वही Gupta age में build किया गया था. The first Panchayatan temple, this is also very important to this. Panchayatan temple, जिसका जो 5 pillar होता है ना, this type of 5 pillars temple of Vishnu in North India, and it was the first example of Panchayatan temple of Vishnu in North India. And the next point is figures of Ganga, Yamuna, the river goddess जो होता है ना, river divinities, and ये figure भी वहाँ पे है देवघर दशावतार टेम्पल में. And also important to note गजेंद्र मोक्ष पैनल. हम लोग गजेंद्र किसको बोलते हैं? लॉर्ड गणेश को बोलते हैं गजेंद्र मोक्ष पैनल है यहाँ पे. नर नारायण का टेम्पल, नर के साथ जो नारायण का जो टेम्पल, नर नारायण तपस्वा एंड अनंतशाही विष्णु जी, जो अनंतशाही में जो विष्णु जी का जो मूर्ति है हम लोग जानते हैं, जो स्टेचू है, जो अनंतशाही विष्णु are the 3 enormous section of this Deoghar Dashavatar temple. So it is also can be asked in any type of examination, particularly in civil services, that in which temple we can found that the Gajendra Moksha panel, Naranarayan Tapasya and Anantshahi Vishnu. 4 examples have been provided there, like Deoghar Dashavatar temple, like Bhitargaon brick temple, like Udaygiri cave, like Brihadarsha temple. 4 type of alternatives are being provided, and you people will be confused then. And if a detailed knowledge, you are equipped with this type of knowledge, you will easily answer this type of question. And this type of Gupta architecture, Gupta painting, Gupta literature, this type of important topics, and we have to know about this type of topics in a detail, in some details, in some depth also, to tackle this type of, to counter this type of questions in civil services. Okay, and subsequent videos will become okay. Then we are moving to our next slide, that is sculpture. It is of sculpture. Okay, it is of sculpture. Okay, so firstly we have finished the architecture part, and now we will discuss the sculpture part. So at first sculpture, first came the stone sculpture, and the very prominent example of stone sculpture in Gupta age is erect Buddha from Sarnath. which is situated in यूपी उत्तर प्रदेश. सारनाथ में जो बुद्ध का जो स्टोन स्कल्पचर का जो स्टैचू है, एक प्रोमिनेंट एग्जाम्पल है स्टोन स्कल्पचर का, दैट इज इन टीचिंग जेस्चर. द बुद्ध वाज फाउंड इन टीचिंग जेस्चर, indication of heavy jewelry worn by Siddharth before giving up material position by stretched earlobe. वो जो बुद्ध है ना, उसको जो earlobe stretched, and that is the indication of heavy jewelry worn by Siddharth that time. Before his enlightenment and before renunciation of his material possession, जब सब त्याग करके चला आया था, जब मटेरियल पोजीशन जब राजा था सिद्धार्थ में, तब वो जो कान में जो हैवी ज्वेलरी पहनते थे, उसके लिए उसका ईयर लोब जो है ना, वो थोड़ा सा एक्सटेंडेड हो गया, लार्ज हो गया था. एंड दिस टाइप ऑफ ईयर लोब्स हैज़ बीन indicates that a heavy jewelry worn by the Siddharth before giving up the material possession. This type question can also be asked that in erect Buddha statue in Sarnath, we can found in the statue the extended earlobe of Lord Buddha. What that indicates, okay? And a cycle of life or enlightenment from where the Dhamma evolves, that is also found in the statue. Okay, we are next moving to the great boar Baraha. The great boar Baraha. This Baraha is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. We all know that. And this great boar, this Baraha statue is found in the cave of Udaygiri, Madhya Pradesh. ये दिखा जाता है, मध्य प्रदेश का जो उदयगिरी केव है, इसमें वो बराहा का मूर्ति दिखा जाता है, and which depicted the Vishnu's incarnation as Baraha. Okay, that simple it is. And next we moving, and these two are example of stone statue. The direct Buddha from Sarnath and the great boar, this example of stone statue. And now we are moving to metal statue. Metal statue, copper image of Buddha. This is the copper image of Buddha, which is 18 feet high and found situated at Nalanda, Bihar. And the Sultanganj Buddha, and there is another statue at Sultanganj. There is another statue of Lord Buddha at Sultanganj, which is 2.3 meter high and weighs about around 500 kgs. Statues depicts tranquility and detachment from material world. Statue itself depicts the tranquility, the very calmness, the tranquility, the very calmness, composure, and the detachment, which is sant, nirab, and the detachment from material possession. वो जो material world से वो जो धन संपत्ति दौलत मोह माया काम मकसद वो जो बाहर कर आ रहा है, उसका वो डिटैचमेंट का जो डिपिक्शन यहाँ पे है. और वन हैंड अभय मुद्रा, उसका एक हाथ में है अभय मुद्रा, विद एक्सटेंडेड हैंड palm. He is giving the abhay, he is giving the assurance to the people that I am here, no danger will be happen to you. No danger will be happen to you. And on the other hand, with granting favor. On another hand, in a downward position, that is granting favor to the people. The blessing there are blessings. Okay. And now we are moving, and very important that is the Mehrauli iron pier. Mehrauli iron pier, it is very late discovered in 18th and 17th to 18th century during the British period. First, its inscription was first deciphered by James Prinsep in 1838. It is situated in Qutub Minar, near Qutub Minar at Mehrauli at Delhi. Early Gupta period 320 to 495 AD. It was built in early Gupta period. It was also asked that Mehrauli iron pier is of which period? The answer is it early Gupta period. Mention of rural Chandra, वहाँ पे ruler Chandra का mention है, जो can be, which it is very controversial that it can be of Samudragupta or it can be of Chandragupta II, but the most of the versions, most of the opinions ratifies that it was of second Chandragupta second. Okay, and support the image of Garuda, वो जो हाइट जो 15 फीट हाई जो ये जो आयरन पिलर है, इसको ये गरुड़ा जो बर्ड है ना, उसको रिप्रेजेंट करता है, जो व्हिच इज़ द कैरियर ऑफ विष्णु, जो विष्णु जी का वाहन है. With and then last point is with imaged corrosion technologies has been used in this iron pillar. Imaged corrosion technologies, उसको ये एक amazing चीज़ है, as a 15th century exposure, near about a 15th century continuous exposure would not decay this pillar, and this and अभी भी वो जो inscription है वो भी very lucid and clear है. So a imaged corrosion technologies has been used that time. Remember it, that time an imaged type of corrosion prevention technology has been used that time. So this is all over for today's class, and in next class we will surely discuss about the Gupta painting, about Gupta